All right, welcome back to the Destination Unknown Dude channel. Got a little bit of rain from typhoon who knows who, about to blow Taiwan up. Got the chickens here doing their thing, getting all grown up. Little ones are getting grown up and doing chicken stuff. I want to talk about energy independence. You know, with this is my ground mount, Filipino wife number one. With the Iran drama, this impacts your energy. And if you use gasoline, anything, you're at the mercy of whoever's deciding how much they want to charge for that gasoline. And if you want to reduce that vulnerability or your liability, then your only real option as a consumer is solar. Because like I said in the other video that nobody watched, I can't refine oil right here. I've got open area that I could put more solar panels in. I got 16,000 watts right here, but I can't put an oil refinery right here. I can't put a well in, dig for oil, get the result, refine it, and make gasoline. But I can make electricity, and I'm making electricity. This is consumer level hardware here. You can do it today. You might be able to make wind, but it's a lot less popular to have a wind generator, and it takes more maintenance. With these things, you set it and forget it. You get some solar panels, you get some batteries, you get an all-in-one inverter most likely, or you can do modular. You can do the charge controller and inverter and everything separate, or you can get an all-in-one unit. And yeah, all this stuff comes from China, but it's a buy once, cry once, and you're pretty much set for the next 10, 15, 20. These things are warranted for 25 years to put out 80% of their output, and they don't stop at 25 years. They just reduce their output. So you could run these things for 50 years and it just slowly reduce their output. And the same goes for the batteries. The batteries aren't dead in 5 years. They just reduce their output. They reduce their ability to charge and discharge, but lithium iron phosphate is pretty solid. It can do 3,000, 5,000 cycles. And over the last year that I've had my batteries, they've done about 200 cycles. So you don't get a whole cycle for a day, even if you use the batteries. They just, it's like your cell phone. If you only charge it to 80%, you don't cycle it the whole day, the whole 0 to 100 every day. Okay, so you're not doing that with solar. You're not going 0 to 100 every day. Although mine goes to 100 just about every day there's sun. Like today, it's going to be 7:22 a.m. and I'm getting about 5,000 watts or more right now. But this is how you do energy independence, and you can take it as far as you want to take it. So you can leave your grid connected. You can disconnect your grid and not pay a bill. You can use your grid as a backup, which is what I do. But since they've raised the power rates here, and I don't know what's going on, but I've used the grid a couple times this month, and I got a bill for 80 bucks. Not happy about. So if they do that a few more times, I'm just going to buy a generator. Because I feel like the few times I use the grid, maybe a generator is worth it. I don't want the noise. I don't want the maintenance. So maybe I won't do that. But if I had enough solar, if I'd had another rack of solar panels, or 2 racks of solar panels, or more battery is what I really need, then I would be more energy independent. And by noon every day, my batteries are full for the most part if it's a sunny day. And in the Philippines here, where this is installed, every day is a sunny day for the most part, except for rainy season. I have excess power after noon. My batteries are full. The solar panels reduce their power output because they have nowhere to put the energy. So it's wasting. So if I had an electric car, I could set the automatic charge on that to be starting at noon, go until about 4 p.m. and I would have free energy. And like I said, I can't install oil refining equipment. So I have a solar, or I have a electric motorcycle, or I have an electric lawnmower. I have an electric weed whacker. I'm always keeping an eye out for an electric car option or an electric motorcycle option. But the more electric stuff I invest in, the more energy independent I am, and the more I can charge for free. 16,000 watts right now is more than what I need. I need more battery than I need solar panels, like I said. The batteries are expensive, so what you do is you plan for expansion. Wherever you're storing your batteries, you just plan to add more later. And leave yourself space. If you're using a room for your stuff, leave yourself some space to expand, because you're always going to need more batteries, always. You know, typically when I built this system, I designed it for average utilization of 30 kilowatts a day, 30,000 watts a day. And right now I'm running 60, because during the day when it's sunny, I'm running all the air conditioners I want. And then at night, it's a big job to to keep everything cool overnight with the batteries. So during the day, I really burn through the power, and that's good. That's okay. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing it for. It's free. When the sun's shining, we got free power. So you can't do that when you're plugged into the grid, or you're using gasoline or propane or any of that stuff. We've got a propane tank, and we have a single burner, and we use that for emergencies. Or if we've got family coming, big party, and we need as many cookers going at once as we can do. So we've got two electric induction cooktops. We don't have a real stove. And we have one gas burner. And if we're cooking for a family get together, we got all three of those going at once. And people have different cooking stations going at once. But, you know, you can always have backups to your energy independence. There's no rules, there's no problem with that. But if you want true independence, you're looking at, on the consumer level, you're looking at solar. There is no energy independence if you're burning petroleum. You're always going to be at the mercy of OPEC or the gas station having supply, or whatever the issue may or may not be that we have thought of or not thought of, the Strait of Hormuz being closed, whatever it is, you're always going to be at the mercy of something. Here, I'm at the mercy of me. This is what energy independence looks like. This is why, if you want to plan for the future and you want to control your bills and you don't want to answer to anybody when it comes to energy, you got to be thinking solar, batteries, and get as off-grid as you can. Because your energy generation is always going to go up in price. There's always going to be some kind of drama somewhere. You're always going to be wondering, I can afford my bill now, but how am I going to be able to afford it in a year, 3 years, 10 years? You know, other than maintenance and repairs on this, I'm not going to expect any bills out of this. I know what it's costing me, and if I got to throw an inverter at it at some point, I'm still money ahead. You know, it pays for itself after the first few years, depending on how hard you go on it, and then you're set. And you got to figure that if you compute how long it takes to pay for itself, when you first install it and you don't have a bunch of electric stuff, maybe it pays for itself in a certain amount of time. But as you add more electric items, you know, maybe you switch your stove to electric, maybe you switch your car to electric, maybe you switch your motorcycle to electric, maybe you switch your bicycle electric, maybe you switch your lawnmower to electric. As you switch over to more items, then your savings goes up. Your energy independence and what your capability that you can do without answering to the gas companies or the electric company goes up. So there you go. That's what we're doing. Getting a little energy independence here in the Philippines. All right, y'all. Destination Unknown Dude out. Like, comment, subscribe.